Hello internet, it's Link here. So this is finding the Hu Tao overview video. I got her on day 1 actually, but I wanted to make sure that I can max her out in terms of her talent, her weapon, and her levels before I made a dedicated video about her. So here we are after her banner is already gone. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be relevant again when she gets a rerun about 6 months from now. So let's move on to the stats. So you might be noticing that her attack is pretty high, and that is because I have her E up with Homa and her HP being under 50%. I'll put up her other stats on the screen for her attack stats right now. Boop. And let's go into crit rate, crit damage. I wish that I had more crit rate on her, honestly. I would like at least like 70%, I would say. But RNG, it's just an RNG, I didn't even know how it is. Oh, yeah, and I have 36k HP on her, and that is due to this beast right here, this weapon, this monstrosity of a weapon right here. Like, this weapon works so well on her, that I didn't even, like I said in my previous video, I didn't even bother leveling this up, even though I know it's good for her. Plus, I already had deathmatch. And the crazy thing about this weapon is not only does it work so well into Hu Tao's kit, in that like it gives you extra attack when you're under 50% HP, but also gives you like this crazy amount of crit damage, which means that you don't really have to build for crit damage. You can focus more on crit rate if your artifact drops a turbo like mine are. And it also took me forever to get this weapon too. It took me about 3 pities. I had to roll through 3 pities to get Homa, so I'm glad that that chapter of gacha is over. Alright, let's move into her artifacts. I'm running 4-piece Crimson Witch. As far as I know, Crimson Witch is like the best set on her. I know you can run some other pieces like Wanderer's Troop for her EM and Gladiator, even though Gladiator doesn't really scale well with her because she doesn't have a lot of base attack. But like, even though she can't take advantage of the full passive from Crimson Witch, this is still by far her best set. And like I said, my artifacts are not the best at all, as you clearly saw. I really need to work on a lot. The only thing that my artifacts have going for it is that pretty much all of them have HP substats on them. And pretty good crit rolls on them. But again, not the best artifacts. I will still try to min-max my Hu Tao when I have a resin for it. And moving on to constellations, we have none. What a surprise. I will try to roll for her C1 when her banner comes back. I will save up for that. Talents, I did put the double crown on her. I thought that it was justified, since she does just crazy amounts of DPS that, put a double crown on her. I did not level up her Q as much because honestly, in my opinion, I just see it as like a healing tool. But I will try to level this up when I can. But yeah, double crown Hu Tao. Who would have thought? Okay, so for team building, since we're running a pyro character here, we want to prioritize vaporize. So Xingqiu is a very good option here. You can also put Barbara if you want. The only problem with her is that her E aura doesn't proc wet as often as Xingqiu's does. So I believe Xingqiu is a better option here. For our second character, we can have Kaya for melts. Or you can have a shield character, which I like to have instead, because Hu Tao likes to be under her 50% HP threshold, so having a shield character is really nice. You can also put, if you don't have Zhongli, you can put like another shield character like, where is her? Noelle. Whoever this is. Or if you're really sadistic, you can put Beto too with her Q. But I don't really recommend it because she's just gonna knock everyone away. And oh yeah, there's also Diona. Diona is a very good option for in terms of melt. Now for this last slot, you have a lot of flexibility. You can run either Venti or Sucrose for the suck, but here's a warning about Venti. He will suck them far enough off the ground such that Hu Tao can't reach them, so there's that. You can run Albedo official for like support DPS if you really want to. You can even run Changyun, but I believe the Changyun build is very specific, like in terms of timing your ults and stuff. Or what most people like to do is they like to run Bennett as their last slot, just because, you know, it's Bennett. But for me personally, I like to run Chi-Chi. Not only to fit the theme of the team, but also because she has really good healing. Okay, I know she doesn't provide much utility outside of healing, but her healing's pretty nuts. But we know that Hu Tao wants Crimson Witch as her artifact, but what about the other characters? For the other characters, you want at least one of them to run Noblesse Oblige 4-piece. On my team, both Xingqiu and Zhongli have Noblesse. Chi-Chi is running 2 Glad, 2 Maidens. It's just that the Noblesse buff is going to be really handy for doing the little bit of extra DPS you might need for something hard like Abyss. Alright, so here comes the number testing part of the video. So I'm going to be testing Bape damage with her normal charge attack, like so, with her E-up, of course, against this level 91 Ruin Guard right here. So I will test those numbers, and I'll be right back. Well, I'll keep a recording on just so I can get the numbers. Okay, there's one. And I believe I need to heal up Hu Tao now to get the other numbers. And I added a cute little sound for when you use your MRE. NRE. MRE, NRE is different. Okay, hopefully Hu Tao crits my first try for me here. Of course not. There we go. That's the numbers. Alright. I will look back in the video and see what numbers we got with our Hu Tao there. And Blood Blossom damage is pretty big too. Alright, so I will display those numbers on my screen. But now I want to demonstrate how you want to play her. And to do that, I will go into Abyss. I'm gonna have to test her out in the second half of Chamber 12. 412, my bad. Because the first half has a Pyro guy, and I'm pretty sure he has some Pyro resistance, so it's not ideal to test Hu Tao there. So I'm gonna clear first half, and I'll see you guys back there. Alright, so these are routines I will be taking in, just so you guys know, and time to clear first half, probably for like a million times until I get my take right. And just for clarity, I will not be taking any buffs like these two. I would take this one, so the numbers are more, let's just say, less skewed. Anyways. Alright. So this is the part where we get to showcase how to play our Hu Tao with our comp. So the general strategy is you want to pop your shield first. Yeah, I'll show that. So you want to pop your shield first. After those guys come over here. Pop your shields. You can pop your ult too if you want. And then you pop your Xingqiu. Get some Hydro stuff back. You can freeze him if you want, if you have a freeze unit. And then you just go to town with your normal to charge combo, like this. And you want to make sure that you jump cancel. Jump cancel your attacks so that you get a little bit more extra DPS. You could just pop your Q whenever you want to. But you can... It's generally recommended that you pop your Q when you have your E up. But for me, I just pop it whenever I want, because I can. And we're just... This is just a clean up. If you notice that you're low in stamina, like how I am right now, you generally want to do your normal attacks, so you can conserve your stamina a little bit. But if you have C1 Hu Tao, obviously, you're not going to care about your stamina. You can just spam until she dies. Or the enemy dies, whichever one comes first. Alright. And this is one part that's kind of awkward about playing Xingqiu with Hu Tao. And it's that their cooldowns don't really line up. Like, Hu Tao's gonna get off cooldown before Xingqiu is. So it's kind of like this awkward period where you don't want to pop Hu Tao's E, because then it will cause like some kind of like disalignment in terms of a timing with Xingqiu, but it is how it is. I mean, she by herself still does decent damage. Like she does crazy amounts of damage without vape. Obviously, using other comps other than the one I'm using would be better because replacing Chi Chi with Bennett would let you get better times. I just use what works for me, and as you saw there, I got easily over 7 minutes. Like I was commentating and playing at the same time, which if you know how that feels like, then you know how it feels. So how do I feel about Hu Tao after only maining her for a couple of weeks? Well, I can say that she does a lot more damage than Keqing, that's for sure. It hurts to say that, but there's no denying it. She easily out damages Keqing, but Keqing's gameplay style is still a lot more fun to play than Hu Tao's, but Hu Tao's gameplay style is pretty awesome too. Since just spam charged attack to win, but you might think that Hu Tao is a high risk character to play since she loses quite a decent portion of her HP whenever she presses her E, but she's really not. If you know how to build your teams correctly, which I explained in the team comp section, you want a shield character so she doesn't just get pulverized. And in addition, Xingqiu's Rain Blades on his E will heal whenever they get broken, so that'll give her a little bit of sustain. And she has sustain in her Q as well. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the Hu Tao overview video. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Come on to my Twitch at twitch.tv/young_zlink if you want to watch me play the game live, or you want to see this Hu Tao in action. That would be cool as well. But yes, that'll be it. Thank you for watching again, and see you in the next video on my live streams. Peace out. Man, this used to be a Keqing only channel. What happened to me?